Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is gonna be a serious one right here. We're gonna talk about the melanated skin being misabused on a day-to-day. But I got something to say. Let's get into it.
If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take
400 years of blood, sweat, and tears.
Lord, my soul to take. If I should
Liberation
die
in the voice of the minds, where you can see these visions that's gonna be painted,
if I should die,
tainted misfortunes. Since the beginning of the conception of these United States of America, where's the justice for those that seem to have been birthed from the dirt?
Welcome to Mind Vision Radio. Such a beautiful introduction. Oh man, we got to get into it today. We got to talk about it. And I want to look at this thing from a lot of different angles. I got my notes written down. We're going to get right into it. Let's talk about this case. Or should I say these cases that has sparked a new wave of racism, white supremacy. Let's get into it. So, let's start off. My question is, who is Benjamin Crump really working for? Let's get that straight right now. Because, let's see, right now he's investigating. He's the lawyer of George Floyd. Black man that was melanated man that was killed by the police officers. As many of you probably already know or have seen the video, and if you don't make any remarks or have any feelings to speak your mind upon that situation, even if it's amongst each other, because this is going to take courage to do this, or what I'm doing right now. Not many people built for this here. So let's get into it. So we look at the case based on what we done seen, right? I want to start with Trayvon Martin, as Benjamin Crump was the representative of the Martin family at that time, February of 2012. Okay, everybody know that case, high profile. George Zimmerman ended up getting acquitted, and the family walk away with a $1 million settlement. Okay. Now, based off the evidence, based off of what was being presented to the people, we clearly could have got a conviction of some rate. So, like I say, we want to know who this lawyer is really working for. But that's just one. So, as time go on, and we look at another case Mr. Crump has actually was the attorney of, which was Alicia Thompson case. And in that case, the verdict was a $2.5 million settlement for the family, the Thomas family, and a 3-year assault charge on the particular officer at that particular time. 3 years. So what we getting at? And let's even go even further. That case was in August of 2012. Let's keep it moving. And another high profile case for the melanated being in these United States of America was Michael Brown. We don't need to get into further details of what happened to all that. Let's get to the verdict. The verdict, $1.5 million settlement for the Brown family and no wrongful death actions was basically charged. So, in that Mike Brown case, they tore up the city. People protested, got out, did what they thought was right. I believe that took based in Ferguson, Missouri, if I ain't mistaken. That case alone, based on the turnout of the people who basically, protested in the streets, and, that was good. But now, keep in mind, these cases also was up under a black president and a black attorney general, such as Eric Holder. Let's get it. Let's get it. So, those are 3 cases that Mr. Crump has basically represented. That case was in 2014. And then we have another high profile case with Tamir Rice, teenager, shot in the park. Settlement, $6 million for the Rice family. Where is the actions of justice being served here? So, I'm saying all that to say this. Every time you have a high profile case that makes it to the media, Mr. Crump shows up. Now, I'm not no attorney or anything like that, but what I will say is this: in order to practice law in these particular states, you do have to have license. Okay? So, what is really going on? Now, these cases vary from many different states. Trayvon was in Florida. Mike Brown was in Missouri. George Floyd is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Okay? Now, we clearly see the wrongdoing of these officers. That's clearly. And based on the video, for what I have seen of this George Floyd shooting and Benjamin Crump representing the family, track record, rapport doesn't look good for the people. Especially if you talk about seeking justice. Now, for us getting any money involved. Now, money is going to be made for the family in some such, but that doesn't give back them their loved one. So, let's talk about it. all of these high profile cases that make it to the mainstream has one thing in common. It's an agenda to basically keep the melanated being at a docile state of mind. Because remember, they always showing us these images repeatedly after one another, so you can remain dormant. So, in 2020, based on COVID-19 era, which I'll be doing a show on that next week, and it's going to be epic. But right now, your phone is pretty much a weapon. You use it right. This internet is a weapon if you use it right. So, what I want to get into is basically this. The solution to these situations is this. It's a book out there called The 48 Laws. And each and every individual that will watch this video need to check that book out, okay? Because we are being attacked based upon our skin pigmentation. But that's what this is about. And we have to also think about that if you don't understand what racism and what white supremacy is, anything that you do understand will only confuse you. That's a quote by Neely Fuller. So, therefore, which means that anything that is being shown is always agenda. It's the Hegelian dialect. Cause a problem, get a reaction, and then say, hey, this is the solution to it. This is what's happening time and time and time again. But at this point, for us, the melanated being, we have to stop killing each other first, and then get into this war where the people that look like you, no matter how hard-headed they are, they gotta get with the program. If not, they're gonna have to get left by the wayside, and that's as simple as that. Got to cut them off to save your hand. Because right now, the hand that's already been dealt, like I said, we talking about 400 years. $400 years of this here. At some point, it's got to be a time for stop. Now, we got to look at 3 key factors in Benjamin Crump here. Who is he really working for? Because I can sit up here, I got at least 13 cases he has represented. And you go back and look at the records of the results. It's like there's no justice being done. I don't know if it's the system or you attorney. You got plenty of evidence to prove these things. Because in this Ahmaud Arbery case that he's representing, the district attorney, she want to file for hate crimes against Ahmaud Arbery. That's the charges that they got against the 3 men. Hate crime. Now, based on how you charge a case, that's what you're going to have to prove in a court of law. Now, I'm not an attorney, but I do know that. So if you say, hey, look, in the Ahmaud Arbery case, they want to charge for hate crime now, you're going to have to prove that. And based on, from what I see, I just see cold-blooded killing. That's capital murder all day. But, like I say, dealing with this judicial system, and you're a melanated being in these United States of America, if you ain't got a lot of clout, money, the system will do you in. They just was celebrating. Now I'm getting off the subject here a little bit. They were just celebrating on World's Got Talent. Black man spent 37 years in prison for a crime that he didn't even commit. Now this is what was, I was watching the show, with my significant other, and the music wasn't, all of that, but the story was great, But 37 years of your life that you lost, then you come on a show to be voted again by 4 people? Shit, sound like a bunch of fuckery to me. So, right now, the plan of action should be this. Like I say, we chose education over liberation. It's time to get liberated. Because how you gonna be educated by the same system that enslaved you? You got to free your mind. That's the reason why this is Mind Vision Radio. This is how we bring it. We get into things that is going to be very informative to basically have oneself go deep within to look and see that something ain't right here. These are the times that we're living in now. COVID-19 era. Think about it. Then you got to think about what's the they had this Kathy. I don't know. I don't remember her name and that like that. But the lady that was in the park with the dog, and she called the police on a melanated being for watching birds. Now I don't know too many black folks watch birds. You can't even do that? God damn. Now apparently, she was put on administrative leave for the company that she worked for, and they also said the dog that she had to give it back to the shelter. Okay? Now, you got to understand the language that they're using here. See, some of that shit went over y'all head. Administrative leave, that means, okay, that could mean anything. But see, this is the language. She should be charged for basically false incrimination. When you know you're not supposed to have your dog off the leash in a park. Especially if you know you're around a bunch of people. I mean, I have dogs myself too, but when I see people, I let them run loose. But at the same time, I'm around people. Hey, look, I put them on a leash. That's just what it is, But we have to understand that in 2020, and this new way of life that we're in right now, some of y'all are, thinking that things gonna get back to normal. I don't know what the fuck normal was in the beginning. I don't know what that was. So if you trying to get back to what's normal, if y'all can, leave a comment on this video and you tell me what the hell normal was. Please tell me. Because I ain't figured that out yet. The new normal. Okay. What was normal before? So we have to understand a lot of different things and take this thing to a lot of different perspectives. But let's get back to Crump again. So high profile case that's coming up. Like I said, he's not only representing George Floyd, which is the new case. He's also a representation of Ahmaud Arbery. I mean, how can you be two places at one time, people? I don't understand. But what we're going to have to look at is that we got to start holding our people accountable for not representing since we dealing with a color of skin, that's what we gonna leave it at. Okay? But you expect us to come out and spend our money with you. So this is my challenge right here to all my people that's out there that's gonna tune in to this here. Please do not support no entertainer that is not speaking up about the just cause of our people. If not, cut them off. Because the reason being is this. They have a platform to basically use their voice, their clout. If they're chasing clout, then we know what it's all about. We have to get out of this bullshit where we still running to these concerts looking for entertainment. The entertainment is a war game. We're being slaughtered in the streets on a day-to-day basis. That's what it is. And people still got the nerve to want to be entertained? Shit. Please. Now, I want y'all to understand one thing. This is not a game. This is not a game. We are at war, not only with the enemy, we at war with ourselves. Because we got too many people that I just want to buck dance around the real issues. You got the so-called gangsters. Got all these guns, but they ain't finna do nothing when it come down to some real business. They all about it. When it's about something about some nonsense that don't make any sense, it's time to put an agenda on the table where each and every individual is going to be holding their own self accountable. That's just what this is. Hold yourself accountable. Because that's what it's going to boil down to. Like I say, where's smoke, there's a fire. And it's burning inside of me. So all of you people that's out there that continue to take life as a joke and just having a good time is the new normal. since you've been cooped up for a couple of months. 2020 is gonna put it right there in your face where you're gonna have to come grips with this reality. This is the reality here. This has nothing to do with playing any games or twerking. None of that. Or your big rims. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Like I said, y'all people gonna be cut off in this revolution. You're gonna be cut off playing these games. Because when it's all said and done, we need to check into our own people and see what's going on. Check these people. Hold them accountable. Put their feet to the fire. If you're representing any of a so-called representing melanated beings, you're going to have to be held accountable. We're going to put your feet to the fire. Now, I did see Chance the Rapper out there. You know, Chicago had a bad Memorial weekend. You know, a lot of people was killed. A lot of people was wounded. They got some of the toughest gun laws in the United States. And I don't even know why people even live in there. You can't even defend yourself. States like California, states like New York, Chicago. The cost of living is high. You can't defend yourself. I mean, it's time to get the hell up out of there if you got any damn sense. Because whatever the new normal y'all talking about, that shit ain't happening. That ain't gonna happen. Because whatever the normal it was before that, that wasn't happening either. Because y'all are thinking that, oh, and I'm gonna slip off for a minute now. Y'all was thinking that the economy was all good before the coronavirus. There's no way in hell that these big corporations couldn't survive 2 months of not having business. Get the fuck out of here, man. Shit, like I said, I ain't no economist, but this is the reality of it. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Tune in the next show. We're gonna get into this whole COVID-19 thing. That show is gonna be big, because I'm gonna shine some light on some things that people are overseeing or underseeing. Because you got to read between the lines and have a highly educated mind to see these things. Like I say, this is not something that a V-shaped recovery is going to be brought upon. It's not going to happen. So, tune into that show next week. Thank y'all for tuning in. But we're going to get out of here. Peace.